Now to the push to make America's power grid more renewable with a resource that will not run out, talking about wind. But is wind power ready to take the mantle from less sustainable options?
In 1990, the United States generated a mere 2,789 gigawatt hours of electricity from wind power. However, by 2023, the expectation is for it to produce approximately 210,000 gigawatt hours, constituting 12.4% of the nation's total power consumption. Wind and solar energy stand out as two of the world's fastest growing renewable resources. Despite their promising growth, a significant issue is emerging and causing substantial disruptions in the renewable sector. Corporations across the United States are increasingly withdrawing from the wind power business. Mega wind power projects are either being postponed or abruptly canceled. These decisions not only bear negative economic consequences, but also pose a threat to America's ambitious goal of achieving 100% clean electricity by 2035. The months of June and July 2023 have proven catastrophic for wind energy mega projects in the USA. Virtually all major players in the sector are either halting or withdrawing from the entire wind energy sector in America. Prominent multinational companies including Shell, BP, Denmark's Orsted, Norway's Equinor, Spain's Iberdrola, Portugal's Nerg to Portugal, France's Oni, and France's state-owned Electricite de France are among those abandoning wind energy projects. Beyond these giants, numerous small and mid-sized companies in the US are also canceling or putting wind energy projects on hold. Adding to the turmoil is a $17 billion disaster at the world's second-largest wind turbine manufacturer, Siemens Energy. This crisis led to a 37% decline in its stock price after announcing that quality issues in its wind turbine unit would take years to rectify. These manufacturing defects, including flaws in rotor blades and bearings, could result in anything from small cracks to component failures, necessitating the replacement of entire turbines. Siemens Energy now acknowledges that these problems may impact up to 30% of the over 132 gigawatts of turbine capacity it has installed globally, with many turbines located offshore, making repairs more challenging. Compounding the challenges are cost and profit issues. For instance, Shell's CEO Yael Sansa stated that Shell won't engage in renewable projects unless they yield initial returns of 6% to 8%. This assertion came shortly after a Shell joint venture announced the withdrawal from a massive wind power contract in Massachusetts. The central question arising from these developments is why this crisis is unfolding. The answer is disconcerting and tragic. It has little to do with profits, costs, or technology deficiencies. Modern wind turbines are highly efficient, environmentally friendly, and technologically advanced. The root of the problem lies in the fact that there are more wind energy projects in the USA than the existing grid and flawed power distribution systems can handle. Companies are compelled to bear substantial costs to upgrade or establish new distribution systems, including power lines and transformers, often spanning hundreds of kilometers from the wind energy farms they are constructing. In essence, the key issue is that the US faces a situation where the number of wind energy projects exceeds the capacity of the power grid and the inadequacy of power distribution systems. These systemic challenges are responsible for up to 70% of the problem, hindering the potential for wind power to contribute up to 25% of the nation's total electricity consumption. There are thousands of wind energy projects in the United States, either recently completed, under construction, or proposed. These projects, worth billions of dollars, face significant challenges in connecting to the national power grid. Connecting to the grid is a costly and time-consuming process, and the demand exceeds the capacity of companies to handle it. It's important to note that solar and wind energy projects aren't magical or free. They result from government actions and legislation that compel corporations to invest in renewables under limited incentives or face penalties. Suppose you, as a wealthy individual, decide to enter the renewable energy business. You lease a 3 or 4 square kilometer area in the Atlantic Ocean off Maine to build 1,000 commercial wind energy turbines. You secure funds, obtain government incentives, pay fees, and start building. However, the challenge arises when you attempt to connect to the grid. You face a waiting period of several years, along with hefty fees imposed by state and local grid-owning companies. Despite paying the fees, you find yourself in a queue due to the overwhelming number of projects. The dilemma arises. How long are you willing to wait while investors seek returns and demand detailed financial reports? Currently, over 15,000 energy projects across the USA are awaiting permission to connect to electric grids. Delays range from the installation of solar panels in Kentucky and Virginia to the cancellation of wind farms in Minnesota and North Dakota. Programs encouraging solar power adoption in Massachusetts and Maine are also facing setbacks. The issue stems from the outdated systems for interconnections, with more than 60 networks operated by various authorities and private corporations. The sheer volume of projects has led to approval process delays of several years. PJM Interconnection, operating the largest regional grid from Illinois to New Jersey, has frozen new applications until 2026 due to overwhelming connection requests. The average approval time has doubled to 4 years, and when projects are finally reviewed, they often face capacity issues necessitating additional spending on transmission lines and transformers. Less than 1/5 of solar and wind proposals make it through the interconnection queue. In essence, the challenge lies in the inability to quickly navigate the interconnection process, even for cost-effective and environmentally friendly clean energy. Without a solution, more wind and solar projects will fail, hindering the U.S. from achieving its zero emissions goal. Grid operators are constrained by financial limitations and cannot magically upgrade grids to connect new projects faster. The proposed solution involves sufficient funds from central governments to states and grid operators for rapid expansion and improvement, enabling the connection of thousands of new projects. However, implementing such a solution faces obstacles related to politics, elections, and greed. Do you believe resolving these interconnection and cost issues is a straightforward task, or will it take years to address? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Now, if you like this video, check out this next video right here.